I just can't take no pleasure in killing nothing. Just some things you gotta do. Don't mean you have to like.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
You want to know what happens to an eyeball when it gets punctured? You got any idea how much blood jets out of a guy's neck when his throat's been slit?
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
Where the dead have thrown cracks What is up, everyone? DJ Nubis here with you on the Military Radio podcast with my ghoul brother from another ghoul mother, Mr. Tony of the Dead. We are the Ghouls of Midnight, episode 127. Week to week, he and I go, we alternate picks, make a selection of a movie to review, sit down, past, present, or future. This time around, I chose The Last Video Store, which you can now see on Shudder if you have that app in particular. So this is directed by Cody Kennedy and Tim Rutherford, and it stars Kevin Martin, Yahya Adams, Matthew Kennedy, Josh Leonard, and Leland Tilden. And it's a Canadian comedy horror film, which basically talks about the last video store, and it kind of plays off like almost like a nostalgic mythology of it, because it kind of goes into this territory where like it's really cherished, and you got this store owner who's has got the last one, but he's very into the whole like keeping it alive. It's VHS, yada yada yada. But let's go ahead and before we dive into the film, check out the trailer and refresh our memories about what this is about.
Behind the most evil's lies, beyond the 1,000 doors.
Hello?
Are you ready to blast off on your cinematic journey here at Blaster Video? Well, let's go!
You're a first-time customer, so today's your lucky day. You get one free rental.
I'm not a customer.
I've never seen a tape like that.
Should we check it out?
Oh, oh no.
Come on!
I think something really big and bad just entered the store.
What's the plan?
I think I know what it could be, but I don't want to sound weird.
The dreaded Videonomicon, the most heinous of cinematic evils.
Somehow your dad discovered it.
There's no question now that this is that same cursed tape.
All right. So yeah, I'll say off the bat, I enjoyed the soundtrack a lot. I like a lot of the aesthetic visuals in this. You and I have seen a few films where it gets a little bit psychedelic in there and trippy.
You like to pick those for some reason.
Yeah. It's like I gravitate towards them for whatever damn reason. But the other thing is, though, this plot is pretty nice. Like you would think on the surface, it's going to be kind of just a standard thing. But as the plot goes on, it gets kind of interesting at how it portrays our characters in here. But the other problem that it does have, and I know you probably noticed it too, is this falls into the same category, I think, with my pick from last week, where the comedy is supposed to be pretty funny, but it really doesn't hit. It doesn't hit like you want it to. And I really like the characters, Kevin and Nyla. I think they did a pretty good job in this. Kevin's actually quite entertaining when he's like, he's very good as a store owner and what he's trying to do as far as a character. Now he's somebody that rents out VHS, but he also collects them so people can drop stuff off that they don't want anymore that he can use in his store. And he says he has like over 3,000 VHS cassettes, video sets that he rents out. But obviously they come across this very special one that Nyla has from her dad, who has died. That's all black, and you kind of saw it in the trailer that once you start playing it, it's not really a normal VHS cassette, and so somehow it's able to kind of bring alive characters from some of these movies. So one of them was like Beaver Lake Massacre 4, Prey Stalker, stuff like that. And then you get there's one with our hero Viper. He's in there a little bit. So it plays off a lot of those tropes, and the Prey Stalker, that's kind of like the knockoff Jason Voorhees type thing. What did you think when you first started watching this?
Oh, right away I could tell about the nostalgia part of it. Like, I love the the commercial that Kevin did, and Kevin's great. I love Kevin in this. Like, I would love to just watch movies with this guy. Like, he's like an old school horror collector, and it would be great. And he's full of knowledge, which is fun to hear. Even though they're fake movies, it's just cool, like, that he knows all about this stuff. It started off pretty interesting. It's a horror anthology, but like, you don't go to like separate thing. They're not watching the tape and like this is on there. It's all happening at once. So it's like a different look at horror anthology in a way, which was kind of neat. But it started off pretty promising.
Yeah, so really kind of the first movie that they kind of go into is dealing with the alien. And so this alien comes through the TV. It's almost like the Video Dead in some ways. They're able to come out and be a part of, they get locked into this store. And so this alien is a little bit weird. It's like almost like a big eyeball with some, almost like a praying mantis like looking legs. And it ends up stinging Kevin and sort of sending him on this like psychedelic trip. So he's kind of like, I don't know what you would call it. He's like not really knocked out, but he's just kind of like, yeah, this is cool.
I guess paralyzed would be it.
Yeah. And I think maybe because that's the way that this creature is supposed to work, it like kind of like a bug, it would sting you and then kind of paralyze and eat you or whatever it was going to do.
Yeah.
But of course, Nyla's in there and she's hiding from it and also trying to hurt it. And the only thing I couldn't understand is this creature slipped on some sort of like gumball or something and like died or knocked itself out. Like I didn't really understand that too much.
I thought that's how this is gonna end this part. Like, come on. I don't know. I think that was a little weak.
Yeah.
If you watch the movie, they kind of probably saved all the money for the Viper. So
yeah.
Yeah,
and then of course like they end up getting into where the knockoff Voorhees comes out, and this is kind of this is where the plot kind of gets interesting, because this was a former hockey player turned killer, which is kind of funny. But you have this other character from his movie called Taggart, a young kid who also comes through, and there's like this he's talking all that shit about, I'm going to sue you and my dad's going to arrest you. He's a sheriff.
That part was fun.
Yeah. And so, obviously as Kevin and Nyla try to navigate what's going on with the video, I forget what they called him. Was it just Predator or something? I don't remember, but
it was a prey hunter or something like that.
Yeah. So, he's fighting with Taggart and he ends up killing the kid eventually, and the head comes off. And then of course Kevin's like, well, this is like the makeup from, Prey Stalker 1 or some shit. It was
cheap.
Yeah. He's like, it was much cheaper back then. So they kept trying to at least make it funny, but like, I don't know, it just wasn't really landing too much for me with what they were doing.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, because I did think the plot was fun, because obviously as it goes on, they kind of manage to dispatch the Predator or Prey Stalker or whatever he is, because they get Viper to come out, and he's like this action hero from the past, B-rated action hero. And so they've got him fighting on their side. They're going to get rid of the Prey Stalker a little bit. But then all of a sudden we have this like turntables type thing where Viper sees that he's like been rated the worst actor ever in his movies.
Yeah.
And he gets really pissed off. So he's like, talking, angry at Kevin because he's got these magazines that are bashing him. So anyway, we just get to this point where, Viper ends up transforming himself into half man, half snake, almost like Medusa in some ways.
Yeah.
And he's basically threatening Kevin at this point, but then Nyla manages to give the mask back to Prey Stalker, and now Prey Stalker's on their side. Like he's come to help them.
He's not Prey Stalker. He's Beaver Lake Massacre.
Okay, Beaver Lake Massacre.
Yeah,
okay.
The other thing is that bug.
Okay,
that's my bad.
Okay. That's it. Okay.
Castor, his name is Castor.
That's right, Castor. And so Castor starts working with them, and they end up vanquishing Viper. Even though there was a Viper where Niall was like Cobra, and he's like, "No, I'm not a Cobra, I'm a Viper." I said, "But you have a Cobra on the back of your jacket."
Yeah. It's like,
so that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, eventually the film just kind of ends where Kevin kind of sacrifices himself. He takes like a magnet to the tape because the tape is whatever creature's in there is trying to come out and take him back with it. So he does this thing. He did it twice in his movie where he's like jump into the air. He's like putting the cassette. First time he's putting the cassette in. The second time is a magnet. And he goes through the TV.
Yeah.
And but then of course you get that ending scene where he's inside the film Warp Gate or whatever it is,
Warp Zone or something. Because at the way that ended, I was like, "Oh yeah, there's another tape. Like, what's going to happen with this?" And then that's kind of let down because I was like, I want to see another thing come out.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, it seems like because initially when I had seen the trailer, I thought, well, maybe we're going to see a lot more gore effects or something in this, but we didn't really quite get as much as I thought we would.
Yeah.
Especially when it came to the alien at the beginning, it just wasn't a whole lot of nothing. Like it really was kind of uneventful, especially for the start.
Yeah. He even said like, "Well, it's CGI; it won't hurt you."
But I did like
better on the movie than in the movie than the movie we're watching.
Yeah. But I did like Castor when he actually rips off Viper's face. I thought that was good stuff. That was a good special effects moments. That was a really good one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so obviously at the end there, Kevin's inside the film Warp Gate, and he has this weird moment, which I'll have to get your opinion on. But so Castor ends up being in the same part of it, the same movie, because he went in earlier with Viper. And so he's teaming up with Castor to fight the creature that's within the video. And they do this whole Mortal Kombat type stance at the end. And there's right before they cut, Kevin just starts laughing. They had the stance and then he just starts laughing. So I don't know if that was him not able to hold it in before they cut, or if he was supposed to do that on purpose.
I didn't like that, to be honest. I think that took the movie away. It took me out of the moment.
Yeah.
If that they meant to do that and I'm gonna leave it in there. I didn't like it. I thought, did you really?
Yeah, it was a little odd. It was a little odd.
It'd be different if he was something like that, but he went cut.
Yeah, because even Castor was looking at him first, and then he kind of does this move, the stance thing. But then Kevin just starts laughing at the end of it. I'm like, well, that was weird.
Yeah.
And I just wondered if they just edited it wrong at that point.
I think so. Unless he's just laughing because that's out of his character, the other guy. But I wouldn't laugh at that part because you're
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Anyway, this movie is pretty straightforward. It doesn't really deviate too much. Everything happens within the store. There is a point where Viper kicks open the front door and you just kind of see space, kind of like what we saw a little bit with How to Kill Monsters when they were doing that whole different universe type thing.
True.
But How to Kill Monsters was obviously much, much better. But get your final thoughts and your rating for The Last Video Store.
Well, I had asked you in the messages, which one am I watching? Because I started, there's another one that came out almost the same year, I think.
Really?
And it's Australian, and it was kind of funny. And I'm like, there's no way he picked this. And I was like, this has to be wrong. And then I was wrong. It was like 20 minutes in. So I'm glad that I was wrong because I couldn't last more than that. But yeah,
You really hated me if I chose the other one.
no, I mean it wasn't bad, but it just wasn't getting anywhere, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but anyway, it's also called The Last Video Store. But yeah, I've heard of this that it was coming out, but I never like gave it any second, piece of second mind or whatever that word, how you say it. But yeah, I will say right off the bat, Kevin, like I said, is the best. I think he could have done this alone. I think, and
Agreed.
no offense to Nyla, but I think her character was pointless. I feel like she was pointless. She could have just came and dropped the tapes off and left it at that, or not even be in it at all. No offense, but like she just didn't really do anything. I know I looked her up. She didn't really do much acting, but I don't think her acting was that great in this either. She had like, and I don't know why. I know it's a character, but like it pissed me off that she knew nothing about horror or anything. It's like, I was cleaning up my dad's stuff and he had this tape and that. It's like, well, obviously you had a very shitty relationship with your father. I don't know what he's going. They didn't really touch on that much, just that he found the tape and then obviously he's like, bye. And did you notice on the note, what this is, you could tell they had a rough relationship. He didn't even say to her, he told her to return the tapes, and then he put on the bottom, love James. He didn't say love dad. It was love James. So it's like this, she's an asshole apparently, I guess. But I didn't like her character. I think she could have just not been in it. Kevin was the best. I love the turn with Viper. The way he turned into like the snake body at the end and the tape around his body, he looked fucking badass. It like the animation was awesome. Like you go from the CGI bug in the beginning, it's like, what is this movie gonna do? To that, I was like, wow, that was good. Yeah. It almost his body reminded me of. Do you remember the one figure for G.I. Joe had like a snake body? He might have been called Cobra. I don't know.
Well, there is a character in G.I. Joe called Cobra Commander.
No, it's not him. This guy actually had a snake body, like Viper did. It was really cool, but like that reminded me of that. Castor was cool. I kind of wish at first they would have just killed him off when she fell on him, and then maybe brought him back later. But I really wish they would have did that third tape. It would have been a lot cooler to see maybe that another hero come out and have to fight them too. I don't know, but it was neat to see how Kevin was all about Castor when he was little, and thought he would be a friend. He had that speech, and he's like, and Castor's like listening to him through the door, and he's like, yeah, like shit, moving his head, like, yeah, I get it, you know. So that was cool that they became friends. I like that. That was a different twist. And the movie, I think it looked fantastic. I loved the different styles they used, all the way from VHS to like, nowadays. It has everything in it for you, but the acting wasn't as strong as it should be, I guess. But I liked Kevin, but I didn't like her. I liked everybody, really. I liked Viper's doing those faces to her. And she's like, get that creepy shit away from me. He's like, oh, yeah, But yeah, it wasn't bad. It's worth a watch, I think. Definitely you could be high watching this. I wasn't, by the way. But I would say this is probably about a 6.5. Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's good, but not great. But I liked it. Yeah. It's definitely for nostalgic people. They have posters all over the place, but a lot of them aren't even modern posters, or a lot of them are modern posters. They're not like a lot of old ones, but
I did catch the subspecies one. I did see.
Oh yeah, there was full moon all over. That's tape she knocked down. Every one of them he picked up was full moon. And I was like, of course Charles Band's involved in this somehow. But yeah, it was a cool memory trip, and I think it was like sad at the same time, where he's like, I knew he was like living in that back room. He's like, that's storage. There's nothing back there. It's like he's living back there, and he's like rent free and everything. And I don't make any money anyway. How do you eat?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sell those tapes, man. Some of those are probably worth hundreds of dollars now.
And poor Kevin Viber made him destroy his prize copy of Double Split.
Yeah. I thought Kevin was going to try to talk to him and be like do one of his like video store speeches, like, man, these things, maybe they say that, but to me they're the best. I love them. Blah blah blah. You know, maybe convince him, but
yeah,
it didn't go that way.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed the music. The soundtrack was cool, very 80s stylized synth, and then you got the aesthetic with the colors, the psychedelics, like you mentioned, has a very nice look to it. So obviously that's probably where most of their budget went, was into a lot of the way it looks. And it was fun to watch Kevin kind of know the knowledge, like he talked like he knew about movies and the way that he presented. So I think you're right in a lot of ways. I think you could have just had Nyla drop off the V8, the cassettes, and then leave by accident the one that's the special one, and he just goes and messes with it, and that's what all this shit goes down. Because you could have had a moment kind of like, this is kind of like where the Stiggs movie is better, because you still had two guys in one area in one spot, but it was just better written and funnier than what we got here. Yeah. And Kevin, Kevin Martin was able to carry it by himself if he needed to. I'm not trying to bust on the actress all that much. I mean, she tried her best, obviously, but
yeah,
she, like you said, she really didn't have much of a purpose. Like you expected her to kind of pick it up, like when things started to get more and more serious, but they never really do. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm close to you. I'm at a 5 out of 10. Like it just, it's worth a viewing, just because again, they did put some effort into it. It's just, unfortunately, when you're calling it a horror comedy, you're expecting the comedy to be kind of funny. Yeah. And a lot of it just didn't, it seemed forced. And I don't like when they force it. Like you could have just had a more serious film and then just let Kevin make little quips, like maybe quote some movies and just kind of be funny about it that way. But a lot of stuff they were trying to do was just too much between him and Nyla, and it didn't land.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Anywho, for anyone that's seen this film, go in the comments, tell us what you thought about it. Are you interested in it? It's on Shudder, as I said. At least check it out once. Give us your feedback, what you thought about it. And then we're going to go over to that guy's channel soon to do episode 128, as we do a movie called The Home from last year.
Which I'm looking forward to hearing what you think about that.
Yeah. So a little interesting discussion.
Oh, yeah.
But anywho, we enjoy doing this. We enjoy your support as always. Both of us have put a lot of effort into this thing, both with the videos and some of our songs that we're doing. You can check out his white trash stuff. I do a little project called Ghoul Prism, which we now have. I have a YouTube channel which shares both of our stuff on. So if you guys are in the metal and rock, come check it out. He does a lot of cool videos on his end, and I try to put together stuff for myself and some of the songs that I do. Not all of them are based upon this show, but most of them are, whether it's the movies we've reviewed or just the topic itself of horror and thrillers and stuff like that. So again, we appreciate all the support. We hope you all are enjoying what we're doing. We're having a blast doing this.
Yeah.
So please like and subscribe to Mr. Tony the Dead. Like and subscribe to the Meltdown Radio podcast. And we'll see you next time on the Ghouls of Midnight.
Have a cool night.